bitchless piece of unrecyclable.
Yeah?
Vox, where the devil are you? Usually you're so early on recording days that you're practically crawling into bed with me.
Because it's the fastest way to get your lazy ass jumping out of it. But, to answer your question, I'm currently being held up by something very important.
What's more important than the broadcast of Pentagram's favorite news and weather forecast interspersed with humorous platonic banter? And don't say Valentino, because we both know you could be 6 inches deep and still come when I call.
14 inches if you add them together. And did you say platonic?
Semi-tolerant acquaintic, I meant.
Look, I can't expect someone who fucks around all day to understand, but I have genuine responsibilities. VoxTech is a vital organ which pumps the economy of culture and convenience throughout the entire Pride Ring and beyond.
If you ask me, it seems more like you're too embarrassed to face me after your ridiculous proposal last night.
Good thing nobody did ask you then. And I'm not embarrassed, you literally drugged me. And everybody knows that anything that happens on drugs doesn't count. What was in that crap anyway? Still can't feel my fucking toes.
You'll just have to ask Angel Dust.
Great. Another fucking meeting to add to the schedule today.
Is that why you're late? Rubbing shoulders with some other overlord?
Why? You jealous?
No.
You are! I bet you're burning up inside wondering who else's desk I'm getting bent over this morning, huh?
Blah. I don't care whether you turn up for our sessions or not. I've been polishing the airwaves solo for near enough a century. But seriously, who is it?
Carmilla Carmine.
Ah, of course.
I can see her through the glass getting annoyed I've stepped out so long. She thinks I'm talking to my wife.
Good one.
I'll see you soon. The faster we can iron out the details of this angelic security system, the faster I can come to you, my hate.
Please take all the time you need. I insist. By the way, are you using angelic steel in the defense system by chance?
Funny, Carmilla keeps pushing me towards the same thing, but that'd be way too fucking expensive.
Well, speaking of expense, I can't afford to keep our audience waiting any longer. I'm starting without you.
Fuck yeah, baby. Get it all nice and warmed up for me.
Charlie, for the last time, I am not coming to the improvement improv.
Hello, Mr. Alastor?
Oh, hello, you. Come to take another scrap of my coat?
Heavens, no. I just happened to notice, as an avid fan of your radio show, that your regular verbal sparring session with Mr. Vox hasn't started yet. Is everything alright?
It's fine. My co-host always avoids me for a while after humiliating himself, but he usually gets over it pretty quickly.
Oh, so you need an alternative co-host this morning?
No, I don't need anyone. But it's not like Vox and I ever agreed to be exclusive. Apparently.
Oh, then may I please be your co-host for today? Please, 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 please.
That is the worst idea I've ever heard.
Oh, whoa, silly me. It was stupid of me to think I could fill Mr. Vox's shoes. I doubt I could walk in heels anyway. It would be utter humiliation for a disreputable wretch like me to sully his chair with my slime and wretchedness.
Wait, Snake Thing, why don't you sit down?
Really?
Of course. Why waste the perfect opportunity to show Vox he's not so important to me either?
Okay, kind of toxic, but awesome sauce!
Good morning once again, Pentagram City. Welcome back to the A2V podcast. Sorry for the slight delay to our regular programming, but it seems my regular co-host is slippery as a fish. Don't fret your little heads, however, as today I have a very special treat for you. A brand new guest star. Please give a warm welcome to that sort of weird old loser user working for Vox.
And Sir Pentious!
Excuse me?
You are excused, of course. Ooh.
I don't work for Vox.
Sorry, is this vodcast not work?
It's just a casual thing.
Seems pretty serious to me. Isn't there like a benefits situation going on?
Well, yes, technically there's compensation, but I have a sticky issue with the fact he literally never pulls out his credit card.
Oof, that's a total bummer, dude.
Wow. You have such an interesting vocabulary, Snake.
Well, I do keep up with the times, from time to time. There's an unusual amount of sinner urchins around these days, always jaywalking or watching cartoons aimed at adults.
Despicable.
It's tragic to see them here so young. I blame the parents, truthfully.
Everyone blames the parents, but really now, children ought to take some responsibility for themselves and be the horrible little shits on purpose.
Oh, don't say that! Children are pure little angels.
Ha! I was never any angel. I used to swindle marbles from other schoolboys over games for keeps, and then trade them in for 4 fingers of bourbon. This was pre-prohibition, mind you, so the saloons had no qualms about selling to minors.
Well, perhaps, but really I mean, children are born angels. It's the circumstances of our environments which challenge our goodliness. Though I obviously didn't have the fortitude to overcome my own situation.
Oh, please. You're here because you're weak and God hates you. But I was born to be a killer. In fact, I almost killed my own mother on the way out.
Okay, sure. If you say so. It's just... never mind.
What?
Nothing.
Say it, or I'll have a fine snakeskin belt by the end of the episode.
Well, I don't know a terrible amount about you, but weren't you a black person in the deep south during the height of Jim Crow?
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that maybe if God wasn't testing you so harshly, you wouldn't have failed so very, very badly?
I am the furthest thing from a failure, Snake. Alright, so I can attest to the fact that I grew up with a lot of resources other serial killers might not have had.
That's not what I
had a mother to teach me knife skills, the perfect environment for body disposal, shitty school bullies who caused me to drink away my marbles, but just because I had an underprivileged upbringing and I was born with a copper knife in my hand, that doesn't mean I am any less of the violent, indefensible, bloodthirsty psychopath my other serial killing peers are. My sins aren't worth 3/5 of Vox's, and how dare you insinuate otherwise?
Sorry. I didn't mean to discredit your efforts.
Thank you. I think it's time for the weather.
Oh, goody.
Temperatures across the parish are holding steady at a relatively cool 85 degrees. Skies are clear and the pentagram is shining bright. Though you'd better enjoy it while you can, as torrential acid rain is expected over the coming weekend.
Oh dear, I'd better top over my blimp.
Indeed.
Any news I can read for you, Radio Man?
Sure, whatever.
Let's see here. Ooh, Veronica Mayday's Pride Raid Tour tickets are going on sale tonight in an exclusive collaboration with Ticket Scalper. Oh, I love Veronica Mayday. Ever since you went away.
Hold on, shut up. I cannot afford the royalties for Veronica fucking Mayday.
Apologies.
Just keep reading the bulletins.
All right. Last night, an arrest was made by the LARPPD in connection with the brutal murder on No Saints Avenue last week. The victim is expected to give testimony at a mock trial later this coming month, once they have respawned.
Oh, fuck the LARPPD.
I think it's sweet they pretend to protect this community.
Emphasis on pretend.
So many cops come down to hell, they have to have something to occupy their time. If pretending to throw someone into prison makes them happy, Why shouldn't they?
This whole city is already a prison, and we're all just pretending to live in a society. Vox even has his own make-believe currency now.
I know! I've invested thousands of souls!
Why?
He promised a 50% return! That we would go to the moon!
What, a moon of Jupiter?
Yes, Europa specifically, he said.
Oh.
Buy Voxcoin, buy! It can only go up! To Europa! To Ganymede! To Callisto!
Not sponsored, invest at your own risk, listeners.
And finally, the last thing of note, a new pedestrian crossing is being installed on the intersection of Defamation Drive and Manslaughter Main, so expect traffic to be...
Bad.
congested.
I hate you.
Oh, that was such good fun. You know, when I invented the radio, I never dreamed that it would be such an informative yet creative medium.
Why, yes it is, but what was that part about inventing the radio?
Well, it's quite a long story, but right before my death, I drew up the plans for a telegraph machine which used waveforms in the air to transmit data instead of over wires. It still only was Morse code, of course, but the fundamentals were the same. I never had the chance to patent my invention, however, and so the plans fell to the highest bidder at my estate sale. Eventually, someone claimed them as his own. Imagine my shock when the first radio showed up here in hell. I was right chuffed. And also extremely fucking pissed.
I don't have to imagine the shock at all. In fact, I don't believe you.
Rubbish! I may be a slimy snake, but I am not a liar. What are you, a 1931 Philco Model 90?
Maybe.
I bet I could make some improvements to your circuitry. Lubricate your dials, tighten a few screws, that sort of thing.
You can't improve perfection.
Bet?
That was fast, though no less impressive.
I like to think I'm good with my hands. The screwdriver helps too, of course. How do you feel being stereophonic now?
Somewhat energized, to be honest.
Good to hear. I also boosted your signal. With these upgrades, you ought to be able to broadcast from here to literally the moon. Or, you know, one of them.
Oh, I forgot to keep the lines closed, it seems. Hello! You've called into the A2V Vox.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, hello, Vox.
I prioritized my real job for one fucking morning and you've already let some loser screw into you during a commercial break. I think I'm gonna have a fucking panic attack.
It was semi-tolerant to Quintic.
Could you just do me a favor and keep your little access panel closed till my meeting is over? We are talking about this later, but right now I gotta go. Carmilla has my balls in her unusually large hands.
Figuratively?
He seems kind of possessive.
Really? I don't see it.
And he doesn't treat you very nicely.
He's my nemesis. He's not supposed to be very nice.
That's not true.
It is. What's the point of a rival if you're not at each other's throats the entire day?
Perhaps I can give you some perspective on a healthy arch-nemesis dynamic?
You have a rival?
Yes, well, sort of. She probably doesn't see me as much of a challenge, but I have been carrying a torch for her ever since the 80s, and it's a treacherous game that, especially if your rival happens to literally be a bomb. But despite how quickly I tend to explode, I take pride in doing my best to keep her stimulated. I'm always inventing new things to keep the death matches fresh, you know? Your Vox doesn't seem to care much about what you are getting out of this situationship. Rather than pushing and pulling each other to be the worst you can be, he seems entirely focused on himself. He is a selfish hater. Was that Vox again?
Don't know, I unplugged it.
How often does he pester you for your attention?
I like the attention. It's fine.
Is it? Because I have to be honest, I've been noticing some major red flags.
This is hell. There are only red flags.
Don't think like that. You deserve a rival who understands your desires, who respects your limits, and who challenges you without discouraging you.
All of that sounds lovely, but I don't deserve it. I'm a terrifying force of misery and death. I can't blame Vox for the way he treats me, because I'm honestly just as bad as he is, if not worse. Even if I wanted a new rival at this point, I don't think there's anyone else left in hell who isn't too scared of me to fight me on my level.
Don't make excuses for him, sis.
Don't call me that.
Oh, how about Nemesis?
Oh shit, fuck! This is moving too fast.
Hang on, I'm getting a phone call.
Fuck meetings, fuck Carmilla, and fuck you! You stay the fuck away from my wife!
Wife?
Work wife.
That's not what you said.
It's what I meant.
That's gaslighting.
You shut your fucking mouth and get the fuck out of our studio!
It's my studio, and I want Sir Pentious to stay.
No, you know I don't do threesomes.
That's not what the papers say.
Velvet's a lesbian, she's not interested.
She's hedging her bets on your gender transition, clearly.
Should I go?
Yes!
Fox, a third might actually be good for us. You can have someone else to relentlessly abuse, and I can have someone who actually respects me as an ex-human being.
Are you bored of me already?
Oh, of course not, darling.
Emotional manipulation.
I swear to Lucifer, Satan, Beelzebub, Mammon, Asmodeus, Leviathan, and even that useless fucking Belphegor, the second you step out of the princess's protection, I will end you, you mouthy little shit!
Of course I'm mouthy. I can stretch the sinew in my jaw. See?
Okay, actually, on second thought, maybe we can keep him.
No. I, sirs, am a snake, not a unicorn. And I think I've seen enough to know I don't want to get in the middle of whatever this whole situation is. Alastor, I wish you luck that one day you may come to your senses, because you, Sir Vox, have a very twisted view of how a situationship should function. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go, water my egg boys. Yes, that.
Oh yeah, water me, boss! Ah, how the fuck long have you been standing there?
Good day.
The fuck? I'm a great work husband. I'll prove it. Here, let me check your access panel. Want to make sure that dumbass snake hasn't broken anything. Your wires are crossed enough as it is.
All right.
Damn, this thing's literally soaked.
It's the snake slime.
Could have at least cleaned up after himself. What a dickhead.
Don't call him names.
Oh, it's all on the inside, too. Good thing I carry around a large towel in my breast pocket for just this sort of occasion. All this slick could have caused you to short circuit.
It's not a big deal.
It's a big deal to me. What if he knocked you off?
You would have liked that, wouldn't you? You fucking creep.
I plead the fifth. In any case, you're all dry as a desert now. Aren't I just the best work husband ever?
I want a divorce.
Too bad that's not how deals work. I'm gonna be making sweet, sweet vodcast with you till this studio crumbles into dust around us.
You know what? Pentious is right about you. I like that you're nasty and manipulative, but you only hate me for yourself. And you still haven't paid me yet.
You know what? Fine.
What are you doing? What's in the box?
I was gonna ask for Charlie's permission first, but...
Ah!
Ta-da! It's an Osmodian crystal!
Oh, thanks, saying.
What did you think it was?
Nothing, but I accept this crystal as payment.
Actually, the crystal is just a rental. For your pay this period, I thought I'd take you up in disguise to a nice old-timey cafe in the French Quarter and put the patron beignet fund to good use, yeah? If the princess gives you some time off before the weekend, of course.
That might actually be fun.
Good. Speaking of patrons,
And the moment's gone.
a sopping wet thank you to LexiPop398, Ash Hawthorne, The Night Queen, Wolfsbane, Vim, and Decepticon.
And an arid but warm thank you to Indie Infestation, Creepy Girl NC, Wilted Roses, Alastoria, Reaper Knight, Alice Liddell, and Hellish Cadaver.
Please subscribe to the Patreon or Ko-fi to listen in on our semi-tolerant aquatic work trip to New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Soon we'll also be introducing VoobTube memberships, so keep an eye out for that sometime next month, or whenever.
By the by, why are we bringing them?
Hey, you invited someone into our vodcast without my consent, so it's only fair that I get to invite some people too. And we might as well put your new upgrades to good use, right?
Ugh, fine. But after this, I'm going back to monophonic and staying that way.
Do what you want, I don't care. So long as you respect that I'm stereo myself.
I gathered, don't worry.
Alright, just making sure we're on the same wavelength.
For now.
Good. Great, actually. By the way, please don't let anyone else sit in my chair without letting me know, okay?
Alright.
And always use protection. I'll have to wheel this thing to the dry cleaners now to get off all this snake slime.
What did Pentious mean when he called himself a unicorn?
Don't worry about it. It's a bisexual thing.
Well, now I'm more worried about it.
Just get hitched to some old broad and I'll come galloping.
What?